Hello, in this video I will explain how to solve the self-check on page 20 and 21. As you can see, we have 7 exercises. In all of them, we have to calculate the square root of the numbers we have in each exercise. For example, in the first one, we must calculate the square root of 121. In exercise 2, we have to calculate the square root of 36. Then we have to calculate the square root of 9. On page 21, we have to calculate the square root of 81, the square root of 64, also the square root of 169, and finally we have to calculate the square root of 225. Let's complete the first one. Exercise 1. Exercise 1. Marta needs to put 121 lollipops in a square box. In a way, each row has the same amount of lollipops. How many lollipops should each row have? Remember that in all of the exercise, we have to calculate the square root. In this case, we need to know the square root of 121. This is the exercise, the square root of 129. To calculate the square root of 129, we are going to multiply 11. 11 multiplied by 11. 11 multiplied by 11 is 121. That's why we say that 11 is the square root of 121. The answer is 11. How many lollipops should each row have? 11 lollipops. Exercise 2. In exercise 2, we need to calculate the square root of 36. The square root of 36. The square root of 36 is number 6. Why? Because if we multiply 6 times, the result is 36. Marcus designed a square chocolate box. In each box, there must be 36 chocolates. How many chocolates should each row have? 6 chocolates. This is the answer. Each row must have 6 chocolates. Exercise 3. Christian has built a square mosaic of 9 tiles. How many tiles does each side have to get a square mosaic? Again, we need to know the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is 3. Because if we multiply 3 times 3, the result is 9. It means that each side is going to have 3 tiles to get a square mosaic. The answer is 3. Now let's go to page 21. This is page 21, the first exercise. Marcelo bought a square piece of land in El Limón with an area of 81. What is the measure of each side of Marcelo's land? Again, we need to know the square root of 81. The square root of 81 is number 9. Because if you multiply 9 times 9, 81. It means that each side measures 9. This is the answer. Let's continue to the next one. Again, we need to know the square root of 64. A painter is asked to paint a mural at the university. Its square area is 64. What is the measure of the site? Again, square root of 64. The square root of 64 is 8. Why? Because if you multiply 8 times 8, the result is 64. It means that the sides are going to measure 8. 8. This is the answer. Next exercise. For the Independence Parade, the school will be placed at the central square of the municipality with a total of 169 students. If the lineup needs to be a square, how many students should be in each row? The square root of 169 students. 169. The square root of 169 is 13, because if you multiply 13 times, the result is 169. How many students should be in each row? 13. 13 students. And the last exercise. There are 225 bricks to make a perfectly square wall. How many bricks should be placed at the base? We need to know the square root of 225. The square root of 225 is 15, because when we multiply 15 by 15, the result is 225. So how many bricks should be placed at the base? 15 bricks. 15 bricks. Okay, everyone, these are the exercises on page 20 and page 21.